Hi, my name is Alejandra Arias and I'll be presenting valproic acid. Valproic acid is also known as valproate, sodium valproate, or magnesium valproate. It's an anticonvulsive and mood stabilizer medication. It's part of the anticonvulsive therapeutic group. It's part of the antiepileptic pharmacology group. It's formed by carboxylic fatty acids. It's an intensively used in the adult population to treat convulsions, migraines, and bipolar disorders. It acts as the various channels of the central nervous system. Valproic acid is rapidly absorbed from the gastrointestinal tract. Valproic acid has anticonvulsive activity via inhibition of the citric acid cycle and elevation of GABA levels in central nervous system. Specifically, alpha-ketoglutarate is generated from the TCA cycle and may be further transformed into other metabolites through two possible ways. One passes through succinyl-CoA to produce succinate by the action of alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase and succinyl-CoA synthetase, while the other takes the way from alpha-ketoglutarate to glutamate by the CoA complex, then to GABA by the action of glutamate descarboxylase, and to succinate semialdehyde by the GABA transmutase action. And finally, to succinate by the action of succinate semialdehyde dehydrogenase. Here, BPI doesn't have action or effect on alpha-ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex. BPA show a cardioprotective action through its action on HDACs and its ability to affect genetic regulation. A study of cardioprotective action on a rat renovascular hypertensive model where BPA ameliorate cardiac dysfunction, cardiac hypertrophy, and fibrosis by suppressing the expression of HDACs. BPA has been shown to attenuate cardiac hypertrophy and fibrosis by inhibiting HDACs to acetylate the mineralocorticoid receptor in spontaneously hypertensive rats. The beneficial prospects of valproic acid in neurodegenerative diseases where BPA blocking the action of HDACs and lead to the transcriptional activation of anti-apoptotic and neuronal surviving pathways like HSP70, CDK5, ERK, and the suppression of caspase-3, TNF-alpha, IL-1 beta, IL-6, and ROS, and many other factors which cause neuronal death. In terms of transcription, mRNA processing and translation valproic acid has been found to impact in various targets. It can affect the gene expression by altering the activity of histone deacetylases, which are enzymes that play a role in the gene regulation through chromatin remodeling. By inhibiting the HDACs, valproic acid can increase the acetylation of histones, leading to changes in the gene transcription. As well, it affects the levels of activity on certain transcription factors, which are proteins to bind to the DNA and regulate the transcription of specific genes. In terms of mRNA processing, valproic acid can affect the alternative splicing, which is the process that generates different mRNA isoforms for a single gene. Regarding translation, valproic acid can affect the activity of ribosomes, which are the cellular structures responsible for the protein synthesis. Valproic acid have three presentations: tablets, capsules, and solutions. Tablets and capsules are presented in immediate release and extended release. On the other side, we have the solution as oral and intravenous. Indications on adults and pediatric patients starts with an IV maximum dose of 60 milligrams per kilogram per day, and this should not exceed the 14 days. After the 14 days, it must switch to oral dose. The oral dose must initially start with a 10 to 15 milligrams per kilogram per day and to be increased by 5 to 10 milligrams per kilogram per day at weekly intervals. Pediatric patients less than 10 years old, safety and efficacy hasn't been established. Valproic acid, which is a small chain of fatty acids, prevents histone deacetylases HDACs that play a crucial role in chromatin remodeling and gene expression through post-translational changes of chromatin-associated histones. Recent studies reported a possible effect of BPA against particular type of cancers. This effect was partially attributed to the role in the regulating epigenetic modifications through the inhibition of HDACs. The different actions of valproic acid in diseases are such as anti-cancer activity, anti-inflammatory activity, cardioprotective activity, antimicrobial activity, neuroprotective activity, anti-diabetic activity, nephroprotective activity.